So it's day 18 of D-Rose Sneaker Challenge, which means we're going to come back with another review. And I figured since we looked at Sun Shy 2 yesterday, we should look at Sun Shy 3 today. Well, we're back. Another Sun Shy box here, right? Sun Shy 3s inside here. What colorway are we going to be taking a look at? We're going to be taking a look at the Sun Shy 3s in this athlete colorway, which is a part of the Adidas like huge silhouette package dropout they did for the Olympics, featuring like this same color, well, not this exact same color blocking, but these colors across multiple different silhouettes, all across Adidas's shoes that they had to represent, you know, athletes being in the Olympics. So, you know, when you look at the Sun Shy 3s, guys, there's a handful of things we can kind of break down and look at when it comes to this shoe. You know, these shoes are another D-Rose shoe that is not available stateside, at least through the, you know, easily findable means. You can't just go on Adidas.com and find these. You're not going to go into a Foot Locker or a Champs or a Finish Line or a JD Sports and find a pair of D-Rose Sun Shy 3s. You're going to have to go and do some searching. Now, if you go on eBay, you know, you can find some places like ID4 Shoes, which is where I got this pair from. They are selling a handful of colorways. They're selling this colorway. They're selling the green colorway that I did a review of last year. They don't have the Brendas on there, but they have like the black with like orange, which I forget what that colorway is actually meant to be. And then there's like the chest colorway, which has like the two tonal different shoes with the chest pieces on the inside, which is pretty dope. But this colorway, like I said, specifically for the athletes in the summer, you know, Olympics this year. And it's pretty cool just to kind of see that the Rose model was the basketball shoe option they chose to fit into that line compared to using like, you know, a Harden, an AE, you know, or any of those other shoes. So, you know, when I saw this, I was kind of shocked actually, because I was like, wow, they're doing a D-Rose shoe for that. That's cool. I'm like, does that mean we're going to be able to buy that on the website? And the answer was no, but you know, still being able to find a way to get your hands on this shoe is pretty cool. A lot of people have been referring to this as the last D-Rose model and the last D-Rose like colorway on this model, but I will say that since this came out, I did see a pair of Sun Shy 3s in like a black and purple colorway. There's also, you know, that light, like the 1.5s I saw, that Resto Mod, that was a colorway that I believe dropped after these. At least overseas, but it is hard to say. In terms of the future of the Rose line and stuff, I'm trying to get some information, dig to the bottom of it, see what I can, you know, uncover, but we'll kind of have to get into that some other point. But looking at the shoe itself, let's talk about some different materials used in the shoe. So one of the big things people always wonder is like, you know, the midsole cushioning. On these shoes, it's bounce. And this bounce midsole actually, I think, feels really, really comfortable. It's not like Boost, of course, but it is really plush. And I do love the way in which your foot kind of sits here with inside the footbed a bit. That's like, you know, this little TPU cage piece that comes around here in the back heel. It kind of is what keeps your foot locked into the footbed. This is like a soft kind of like, I almost want to say almost like a nylon-ish type material. You know, when I look at it initially, it makes me think of like the material for some of the GeoFit on some shoes, but that's not exactly what this is. But this is a softer material that's like, you know, molded to be around the backside here of your ankle, and the rest of this upper is like a textile that basically has these different like, you know, kind of grooves into it that kind of give you this, you know, kind of design and shape to it. Something that some people have noticed with this shoe is like this, like I can't easily tell it's a D-Rose model or it's an Adidas model from the side. If you guys have noticed, a lot of Adidas, you know, models in the last like handful of years don't necessarily always have the three stripes shown on them. But I will say, if you come here and look at this side of the shoe, you do see the three stripes right here, and you also see your call out to having it be the bounce midsole as well too. The Adidas logo is also here in the toe box, but the D-Rose logo itself is featured here on the tongue behind like this ribbing that's here on the actual tongue piece itself. This tongue does go down into the shoe, and it's like basically like a inner booty that ends up keeping your foot kind of contained. It helps give you more support, and that helps create the lockdown for these. These are probably the lowest low top I've ever played in. Just because I don't think I've ever really gone with something so low. But I mean, when I put these on with my speed wrap, I mean, you're sitting right there in them. But I will say that isn't, you know, really the worst thing. Before we go and talk into some of like the performance side of things of what I think with the shoe, looking at the outsole here, you have like this really thick like herringbone type of outsole pattern, which is really great, actually. It's, no matter what type of courts I've been on with this, I've really found like really great traction on them. I never feel like the shoes are, I'm having to slip in them or anything like that at all. And especially once, they break into as well, that bounce midsole is just really responsive, which is cool. You do have the 3 stripes on the bottom, which is, a classic D Rose feature to have. You have that classic Rose logo initially that was just the 3 stripes for the E, which I find very cool. And you also do have another call out here on this side that this is Derrick Rose and Adidas hoops on the side as well too, which I think is just kind of like a nice little piece. One thing to look at too when it comes to the insole, it is nothing special to write home about. I argue, is this better than what you have in the Rose Restomods? Yeah, I do think so, because it's a little bit thicker, but again, it's nothing super special. You have the Rose logo on that too as well, so that's kind of, just another like little piece in itself to give a little design call out and stuff. Certain colorways do have cooler insoles. If you look at like the what I'm calling like the chest colorway, that insole on there is very much different than the ones that you have on here, because it has the actual like call out pieces to it being, the chest colorway, whereas this one just has a regular like Rose logo. But I do dig this colorway a lot, y'all. Like, I mean, this is very much a cool colorway to implement on a D Rose shoe. It's different. We don't have this colorway set up on a lot of Rose shoes. So, like I was kind of talking about in the review yesterday, it's always cool when a new Rose model comes out that also has cool design to it, but also cool color blocking. Because, like I said, I love like the Brenda colorway, for example. That's probably like my favorite colorway that's across most of the Rose line, but it doesn't always have to be, the Brenda colorway. It's cool to see other colorways implemented on the shoe and just kind of see what each, person and, designer or the different people that's working with, the color and materials of the shoes chooses. I actually got to speak recently with Trevor Duffels about the Rose Sunshine 3s and about some of the resto mods he did, and that's going to be a video that we're going to put out sometime later this month to show you guys kind of peel back the curtain a little bit on what their process kind of is like, and it's kind of going to be a little bit more about, his journey into footwear, but also talking about that in relation to the D Rose line. And I think that you guys will really enjoy that and get some joy out of that. There's a lot of cool things I think was kind of mentioned, and especially in the design and in discussion about the Sunshine 3s. So yeah, now like I said, performance-wise, I've never done an actual performance review of this shoe, but what I will tell you is that I do really enjoy playing basketball on these. The Sunshine 3s, I think, if you lace this up properly and you get your foot really locked in here, it's great support. Like, I realized, I think the last, like, maybe it was like about a month and a half ago when I was playing in them, that I was like, for being a low top, when it's laced up properly, I don't feel any less supported than I do in a high top. And that, I think, says a lot, especially with some like the nervous like thoughts and nature that I kind of can have in my mind about low tops. And yeah, I will say though, I did talk about rolling my ankle. I was rolling my ankle when I was wearing these this past week. I don't know whether, that's just like fatigue on my part. I don't necessarily blame the shoe, because I mean, in terms of the shoe being pretty stable, I mean, it is a pretty like stable shoe. But what I will say is that while playing in them, I do still really enjoy them. But for, a little while my ankle's kind of healing up and stuff, and I've also was getting myself back into the gym, so it could just be like, I could have just been in the right level of soreness and just just stepped the wrong way and you just rolled it. I am going to be going back to playing in a high top, and I think I'm going to rock one of those Rose 4s. But after that, when I come back, I probably will, to use the Sunshines, I'll probably go with this colorway just because I think it's dope. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think of this colorway down in the comments section down below. Do you like the Sunshine 3 colorway? What's your favorite Sunshine 3? I'm hoping to get some more Sunshine 3s here in the future, so we'll see. I kind of take my time on trying to, get a couple of them here. I do sell that shoe from Poison to review with you guys, and you guys will probably see that maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday. Debating, but you'll see that review sometime here soon. And I think you guys will like that one a lot because it's not an easily findable pair of D Rose shoes. But I'm glad I got my hands on them. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another review. But until then, have a great rest of your night. Enjoy the start of your weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. But that, you're gonna get in the box. The cat gonna get in the box. That's all right. But the thing I will say is that, like, when I'm playing, you're gonna make a lot of noise by doing that. I'm gonna need you to get out. Yep, sorry, closing that lid. Yep, sorry, Rose.